Hello everyone and welcome back. It's your friendly neighborhood French Canadian, aka V-Slayer, and today we're going to talk about some more MK11 leaks that surfaced. Now this is specifically for Combat Pack 3, and the leaker said there will be 4 characters in total, which is weird. You know, the first Combat Pack had, 6 characters, then it went down to 3, and then would be back to 4, which makes no sense, but hey, at least it makes more sense than the last leak, which gave 100 million characters and just a couple guests. Or the DVD Game Center leak, where he just said that there's gonna be like 1200 million 3D era characters in the game, but no guest characters, which made even less sense. But because we don't take anything at face value here, we're going to analyze this leak, reference it with the previous leak that I also went through, I think, last week. So if you didn't watch that one, I'll put up the video in the corner of this video. So this is what the leak says. I received from a source what appears to be screenshots of an internal email chain from NRS. Now, a screenshot of an email chain that can be easily doctored, which tells me that it definitely isn't trustworthy. And the Thinny, the data miner, he received the screenshot that this leak is talking about, and he says that yes, they got Aftermath right, but they didn't get the skins right, the movie skins from the original MK movie in the 90s, so they got that wrong. And he deems this source unreliable. So if he says it's unreliable, I'm going to trust his judgment on that one. The rest of the leak goes on to say this came from a source who previously leaked details of both Aftermath and Combat Pack 2. As I mentioned, the email appears to confirm 4 characters as well as a new area, a new tower, and more movie skins. Specifically, Smoke, Serena, Havoc, and the guest character Deathstroke, the Living Forest as the stage, and Annihilation Sindel, a skin, and a Test Your Might tower. Now this account is called Temporary 10099. They mentioned that they will send a shot to the mods, which they did. Now these 4 characters also appear in the previous leak, as I mentioned. Smoke, Serena, Deathstroke, and Havoc all appear in the previous one, which also talked about Combat Pack 3 and 4. And it did also mention the Living Forest stage. But again, you know, everyone knows about this leak. It will be easy to look it up, put it in your own leak, and claim that you have inside information. As I mentioned, the Thinny said that he got some details wrong and he doesn't deem this source trustworthy, or the screenshots that he received. Because again, it's really easy to Photoshop any kind of email and make it seem official, even if they've never seen a real NRS email from within the company. And guess what, guys? We do have screenshots of those quote-unquote emails. And this is what they say. Hello all, I would like to take a second to commend everyone on a very successful year despite all of the setbacks and unforeseen circumstances due to Corona. With Aftermath and Ultimate's wildly successful releases, Pack 3's upcoming release looms large in the spring. As we continue production on these batch of characters and march toward our May 4 release, I would like to catch up on where we stand with Pack 3. Kind of funny, you know, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. March toward. Like, I don't know, I think this is a big ass troll in my opinion. You know, if you catch the Star Wars reference. The idea for the CG trailer is that we see the shores of Kronika's Keep. Several portals open and one by one, 3 of our fighters emerge. Smoke, Serena, and Havoc. They fight amongst the corpses of warriors, both generic and well-known. Finally, a 4th portal opens, and we see our guest fighter, Deathstroke, emerge as the camera zooms in on his mask. Please advise feedback if needed. We would like this to go into the storyboarding phase ASAP, so that we can send it to a plastic wax sometime in January after the holiday break, so that we can keep our April reveal deadline. Now this all sounds all fine and dandy. It sounds very professional. It definitely is someone who did some research into how this works. Like, I have no idea what plastic wax means. And I think it does a good job of sounding official, but in my opinion, but I'll show you the screenshots. It's just a screenshot that was taken on an email app on a phone. And there's really nothing that says it's official. Obviously, they barred out the name and stuff like that. It just seems like an email someone sent themselves to try and prove that this leak is real, when it really, in fact, is not. And then they give like more detail on the characters themselves and on other stuff that they need to fix. Like it says here, the Test Your Might tower is unplayable on the whole, way too many issues. May need to be delayed if these problems cannot be fixed in time. Like, bitch please, that did not stop them from releasing the game how it was on day one. Do y'all remember how unplayable the towers were? And that people bitched so much about it that they actually gave people rewards and they made a whole freaking apology stream because of it. Let's be honest, they wouldn't care even if it's unplayable, so fake. And I specifically want to look at what they talk about for Smoke, because I think it's interesting, even though it's all bullcrap. Smoke is one of my favorite characters, so... They say the Enenra creatures' see-through effects are too buggy. The thank you for smoking fatality needs to be renamed. Why? That's a great name. The hair on the second batch of cosmetics is all over the place in animations. It desperately needs to be remedied. The puff brutality needs the requirement of hold away during hit. The electrical spear animation is really rough. The sparking effects look terrible at the moment. Why would Smoke have an electrical spear animation? That makes no sense. And not only that, I think if you were to email about something like that, in that context, it would just be an overview. It wouldn't be small details, which small details would probably be held over in meetings. And because of Corona, obviously it would be like in Skype or Zoom. So these little details would definitely not be sent just in an email, you know? These are things that the entire team needs to discuss. At least this is how we do it at work. Obviously, I'm not in the gaming industry, but when we have a lot of information or a lot of things we need to look over, we just have a meeting to go over all of these things and to see if people have ideas on how we can do things better. So I'm gonna say right now, this is definitely 100% fake. There is no validity to this whatsoever, unfortunately, which sucks because Serena and Smoke would be freaking amazing to have in this game. But just be careful what you believe. You know, people are definitely going to take advantage of the MK community because there's been a lot of noise on, is there going to be another combat pack or is this it for real? But we have no official news, we have no way of knowing. Again, this email is not proof, it's definitely false. Let me know what y'all think about this leak and the characters and that quote-unquote official email. So have yourself a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.